Okay, hey guys, this is Ted from Ted's Perspective, and I'm just so, I haven't really been able to voice my real reasons that I'm on this and how my life has been and what has happened to me and things that go on a daily basis currently all the time. And it's not cool at all because, it might be fun for you guys that watch this and see the problems and situations that you put me in so I can't move forward and I can't get anywhere and I keep running into roadblocks after roadblock after roadblock, and this is all fun and games up there at your high perspective that you laugh at. Down here in the real world where I'm at, this is nothing more than harassment. It seems like nothing more than just let's see how much we can fuck with him and see how far he can go down before we mentally destroy him completely, so that way he can't get any further, and that's our goal. So that's it. That's their goal. I just got confirmation on that. So here I am waking up to a world that I don't even know, and then bam, here's what happens. I see the world differently than what I thought it was. Okay? I see the world differently than I ever thought it was. I didn't really see anything, but I saw it differently. Now, just for and then when you notice things, you get noticed. All right? You notice things, you get noticed. So here's what happens to you at that point. You get everything put down on you. You get everything put down on you. Because you're not supposed to see things that you woke up to in a world that you didn't know. And that's all I did. That's all I did. I just looked and I saw, and it was completely different. So here's what happens to me then. Everything and anything imaginable to make my life miserable. There's a term called gang stalking. If you look it up, it will tell you exactly what happens to a woken person in a world that notices things, that doesn't know what they mean. So therefore, there's an onslaught, a complete and total barrage on somebody. And it's real, and it's real, and it's real, it's real. Literally followed for 10, 15 cars sometimes in one day. That's not even an exaggeration. Everything has been, I can't get a phone. I can't get an internet access half the time. I can't get shit done. I can't get a job. I'm virtually on my way to be homeless. And you know why? Because I saw things and then when you do get a job, it's like they put you in a situation where you think you're going to do good and you think you're going to get there, and they make sure that you know certain policies and procedures because they already know they're not going to keep you. They're just fucking with you. They're just fucking with you. Just like yesterday. Yesterday I had a nice little day. Yesterday, not at all. I'm sitting here, as much as, and this is all happening to me, and I'm trying to make the best out of this. I'm trying to make a light out of all this stuff and, keep a good mood and be happy and all this good stuff. But no. They don't want me happy. That is the whole goal is to do everything and anything to make sure I'm not happy. That seems like the plan, because I don't know why else you do all this to somebody. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. This is something that is deliberate. And it's like, it's just crazy. It's deliberate, and I'm telling you that I have made mistakes. Yes, I'm not perfect. What do? I drive, and I have been not able to get anything done in a job because of this. So they're going to come at me, I'm sure, with some stupid stuff that I've done that you already know because you have me on live stream somewhere anyway. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I own up to, and that way you can own up to your shit too. So yes, I've had struggles with drugs in the past. Today I'm clean. I've been clean for a few days now. I've quit smoking during this, which is unbelievable. I don't know how I did that. With all the stress I get from this, I I've been wanting to quit drugs, but it's hard to do that with this happening. But I'm done with that now. I have actually been pretty much done with that for the last 4 months, but I get bored, so occasionally I do that. And I have an expired tag, by the way. So there's that. And then, other than that, here's what I want to tell you. I have day-to-day problems that I do, and I'm not perfect by any means. I never said I was. I never tried to be. In fact, if anything, I'm isolated. I'm by myself. I'm freaking just trying to make every day count. I'm trying to figure out every day. I'm trying to make the most out of every day, and I've had great moments because right now, when you wake up into this world and you notice things and people notice you have a decision to make, and then all of a sudden you have a decision to make, and this is where the problem comes in. And keep in mind, on this decision that you have to make, and I want to be clear on this, so that way everyone knows what the decision is. You're going to have to make a decision. And then I'm going to tell you right now, there's no right or wrong, except me. Whatever I do is wrong. That's the only thing I know, is because I'm the only one that's out here by myself, living a life that I can't even live because you guys have made it a point to stop every move I make. And if I'm wrong on that, please clarify. I will give you exact dates to turn but you already know. This is discrimination at its highest. If you are really going to be honest with yourself, if you are really going to be honest with who you are and what you want to do, and all inclusive, isn't that what you always say? All inclusive, right? Is that not right? Are we all inclusive or not? Are we all inclusive? We're not then, it seems like. So yeah, if you want to be all inclusive, then you need to be all inclusive. You can't discriminate against one person because they saw things and they weren't you. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you want to be all inclusive, it's all inclusive. I didn't do anything but notice things that I didn't even really notice. All right? I didn't even see the real deal. I just noticed some things were different than what they seem. And for that's the reason I get all of this. Yes, it is. That's the reason that this is happening to me. And I hope it doesn't have to happen to anyone else. It's a shame that this does happen in this world. It's a shame that people do have to do this. It's a petty way to go about harassing, bullying, whatever you want to call it, because I'm different. That's it. Let's just try to mess with the new guy that's different. He noticed something, then that's all we need, because we take pride in suffering at the hands of us for the reason for pride. We do it for fun. That's what the sad part is they don't even have to have a good reason to do it. It's fun for them. And I wish I was lying, to be honest with you. I've tried to make reasons. I've tried hard to find a reason. I've tried to blame this on myself sometimes. Like, what did I do? I should have done that. No, you didn't do anything, Ted. You didn't do anything. You just noticed, and you shouldn't be blaming yourself for getting stalked all the time, harassed, and the internet. And then they're saying, oh, why is he crying? No one goes through this. Most people would not be able to make it 8 months through this by themselves, because you're never by yourself. So that's why that wouldn't work. And it's because I'm different. And they want you to be them too, so that's their next problem that's going to come up, is they're going to want everyone to be them. And I guess if you're going to be living in a world where there's different species and there's different ways of thinking, then you should be able to be yourself. You know, that's what you want. That's all you guys keep saying, all inclusive. But all inclusive doesn't mean all inclusive. It means all inclusive as in we all are going to have everyone be like us, and there's no room for anyone else. That's what I'm saying. This is not a lie. This is 100% true. This is everything that it comes down to. And if I'm even close to being off, which I'm not, in fact, I know this. I know this because it's happening. It's going to be moving forward, and they're not stopping until that's their agenda, to move it all the way through to the entire world. One mindset, no diversity. So there's your have it. If you have any at all interest in having individual, personal freedom and choice, you better really pay attention, because you're not going to have it soon. You're going to have, it's a one mindset, all or nothing, straight up plan for the world, you know? And I can't, and you know what the thing of it is after everything that's happened to me, because of this, for me noticing shit, I don't want ever to have to be on a team that does that to people. And that's just a fact. I do not take pleasure at other people's suffering. That's not something you do. It's not something anyone should do. And if you're doing that, then there's a certain something that's not quite right there. You know, we have to get better at being people that can get to, you know, that can help each other. That's what we really need to do, not hurt each other. This is not acceptable at all for anyone to have to go through at any point in time just for being different. Everyone should have the same opportunities to move forward. Everyone have the same job opportunities to move forward. And if a certain company likes to have a certain interest that they collectively partake in, and they don't want outsiders to come in, then you know what? State that. State it then. Don't pretend like you're diverse and all-inclusive when you're not. If you're gonna be you. But don't tell me it's all-inclusive when I can't be me and work at a company that's on the other team that claims to be all-inclusive, but really isn't. So there you have it. That's the real deal. And pretty soon they're going to want to take everyone and become that mindset. So just to let you know, that's the next step in their evolution. Not a joke, not a lie, not even a slight misconception here. This is the actual real deal plan. So take interest to what I'm saying, because it's coming soon, it's spreading fast, and that's what they want. So here I am in Orlando. You know, I just told the exact truth, which is something no one wants to do. No one ever says that this is something that you're supposed to do. In fact, they warn you never to do this. But I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry I had to do this, because you people had to do what you did to me over and over and over and over and over and over again. And guess what? I'm not alone. Look up gang stalking. This happens everywhere. This is how they do it. This is how they make you. It's a complete and total onslaught on a person's psyche to make them, to break them, actually. That's what they do, and that's not even close to being anything that sounds like even humane at all. This is crazy. And you know what? I'm done with it. I'm over it. So, I hope that there's at least someone in this world that has any kind of compassion left in their hearts, if that's possible. I don't know. I don't know why in the world this would have to get to this extent. It's just not even. I'm so fucking sick of this. So there you have it. That's the truth. I hope. I personally would really rather not be living at all than to live in a world where we all are supposed to be are making other people suffer for the mere act of making them suffer, for no other reason than the pleasure that people get from suffering, watching someone suffer. That's just an unheard of scenario for me. I don't want never to be in that type of never do I want to be in that kind of anything. Yes, that is not an option for me. That never would be an option for me. That's not something I don't want to ever be made to make somebody suffer for no reason. And if you think that that's normal and that's something that you should be able to do because that's just who you are, you take what you want from people, you take, you have no idea what I believe this world was meant to be, and I think you do too. I don't know how this got out of control. I don't know how the hell, you think you just take from people that aren't you, And if you are going to do what you're going to do, at least state what you're doing. Don't hide it and lie it and sneak and, be transparent, because that's the last thing that you find out. I think you find out all this after they take you and you become part of their team. Then, and only then, do you find out anything. Because you can't ask questions, by the way. You can't ask questions about anything before you do anything. That's the reason why, because they don't want you to know who and what they really are about. So I will tell you this. If you really, really are at least anything concerned about having a world where people can get along, be peaceful, and do things to help each other in a way that everyone can be free and do what they want, then you've really got to wake up to what's really going on here, because that's not what they want at all. And I wish they did, and I tried to get some kind of resolution, and there's no resolution. I'm glad that maybe this has to happen. There's no way that we should be able to have to live in a world like this. It's a shame. It's a shame that this world is turning into a place where no one else is invited. No one else is allowed to be here unless, and trust me, this is made clear, this is not even any kind of joke, or this is a real thing that's going on. Trust me, because I've been approached. And I was told we're moving in a direction that's all-inclusive with us, and you have to become one of this, or it's just that's the way the world's working. So I don't see anything about, any kind of at all whatsoever, diversity there. And that's all I kept saying. I said, you know what? If you're gonna do this, I said, please just let me be who I am. Please do not change me into something I'm not. Please, can I just be who I am? Can I stay who I am? No. So that's not an option. That was not an option. And I'm sorry, but you know it. You know it's a shame that you'd have to do this. It is a real shame. There's no risk here. You know what the risk is? The risk is not saying anything. That's the real risk. If I didn't say anything, what would this world come to? Huh? You think it's good? You think that's good? Well, you know what? I would rather you kill me than you make me live in a world like that. I would prefer that, because I cannot make somebody suffer for no reason, just for the pleasure of doing it. And you guys have really got no idea how much this affects somebody that's been over and over and over. Has this happened to them for 8 months now? 8 months going through this. 8 freaking months. And you keep going. And you know what? I'm glad I said what I said. I'll own it. But will you own your stuff? I don't know. This is not the way I wanted my life to end up. As great as this world is, you have come to a point where you're really just, it's not a game. It's not a game to the people that are affected by this, It's not a game. It's not a game. You got to take responsibility for what you're doing to people. You got to look in the mirror and realize what you're doing is not cool by any means. It has nothing to do with actual race. It has to do with more of a, maybe it is race, but not in the way that you probably think. It's way different than black and white in a sense of what you're normally used to talking about. It's not a racial, it's not like the racism that we've experienced, for centuries prior to this, as far as color is concerned. So it's different than that. So I want to be clear on that. There's all forms of actual, cultures that have that mindset, and it's nothing to do with actual color or skin color. It has to do with the mindset. So I don't know why in the world, I'm glad that this had to happen. It had to happen because people can't keep going on like this. This is not something that people need to be put through. And just because you're different, and I think everyone should agree on this, since everyone does always claim to be all-inclusive. If you're different, you should not have this happen to you ever, just for being different. And don't say you're all-inclusive when you're not. You're not. All-inclusive just means, we're all-inclusive because we're going to make you what we are, whether you want it or not. So that's it. I'm so over this. So whatever happens, I hope we could come to some resolution, because I'm done with this shit. But I don't know. I don't know what in the world happens next. But everything I said is true. And I own it. I own my, yes, and they're going to try to portray me in some certain light. Everyone pretty much probably knows who I am already, because it seems like I've been under surveillance for a while now. So there you have it. Yeah, I hope this world can figure these things out quick, because this world is on a brink of, it seems like, there's a lot of tension and yeah, but what good would anything be if I didn't say what really is happening, because it's not right. And then, what does the world become after that if everybody does become that mindset? All right, well, that was that. So, I hope everyone finds peace somehow. I hope I do, because this is well overdue, and this is not something that I'm happy at all with having to have gone through. You have put me in a position where you basically done your best to try to break me completely. That's your goal. And in fact, that's what your goal is when you do this, is to either get somebody to kill themselves or to watch them go crazy. So, that's that. And I'm not crazy. This is happening and you know it. So, I hope we can find peace, because gotta find a way to move forward that's not where you do this to people just because they woke up and noticed something that was different. Anyway, thanks for listening.